Hey y'all, it's Amanda, and it is a damp, wintry day in December, and I'm at my mother-in-law's house, and I redid her yard kind of late spring, early summer, and redid her front garden. And we obviously have had a couple of freezes, so it's time to clean out this garden and get it prepped for next year. So my mother-in-law had nothing in this garden. Everything you see here we added to the garden. We had everything ripped out a couple of years ago when she first moved in because it was overgrown, it was hodgepodge, things like that. And what I want to do today is clean it out. I'm also going to prep it a little bit for the spring. That's not going to occur in this video, but I'll talk to you about that this video. We're going to be planting daffodil bulbs and Dutch iris. And then I'm going to finish it off with some beautiful winter annuals. Okay, so this garden faces west, so it gets extreme sun here in the afternoons, especially during the summer. And we did put in some shrubs, we put in some perennials and such. But let me just go ahead and start pulling some stuff out, and I'll show you what's going on as we're doing that. All right, so I forgot to bring my clippers. We should be fine. Right here we have a Ruby Falls Weeping Redbud, which is looking good and did really great through the summer. We've got a couple of Coreopsis over here that are dormant. Now this all right here is zinnias. So let me get on in here, see what we got going. There's a lot of vines you're going to see, and those are all tricolor sweet potato vines. And they did a great job filling her garden through the hottest time of the year and lending it some color and such, which is great. Now we have, I believe this is the Blue Point juniper. It's definitely, some of it's kind of gone dormant and a little brown, but should be fine. Over here, I've got a lantana. Let's see what we got. I forgot my clippers, so let me grab my hory knife. This lantana really grew in there. There we go. This right here is more of the sweet potato vine. I smell mint, which I did not plant. I think that's what this is right here, coming up. That was from the owners before. And we even had this area covered for 2 years, covered up with plastic, and that mint is still here. So I'm going to pull what I can today, and then I'll come back and I'll cut back some of these salvia and stuff tomorrow. Now this right here is a carpet rose. I forget what the name is. I'll put it up for you guys. I'm tempted to leave the fountain grass because I think it just has really great winter interest. I definitely think over time I'd eventually like to get mostly perennials in here, so it's a little bit easier to take care of. Okay, this over here has the sweet potato vines. And the sweet potato vines were very happy in this location, as you can tell. I would love to start some clematis for her this next spring. And put it in this location. All right, let's see what we can do in here. There's also a rock rose in here. We're just going to pull on this to start off with. That was a purple trailing lantana that I just took out of the front of that pot. All right, and I think I'm going to leave this grass here. I think it's good too. Over here, I don't have my pruners, but I do have my hori knife. So I'm just going to cut this back a little bit. The rock rose. Whew. I loved the sweet potato vines that we had in here, but I'll have to get with my mother-in-law and get her thoughts. It was a very wild look, which I don't mind. I'll have to see if she liked that. And if it's something she's open to repeating, I would prefer to do something else next year. Look at this giant worm. See him? It's huge. Wonder what he turns into. I'm gonna go tuck him back in the garden. I think I'm just gonna tuck him back towards this like corner area where he'll be a little warmer. Okay, I found my mother-in-law's clippers. So I'm just gonna cut some of this salvia to the ground. It's a white salvia. Don't recall the name, but I'll put it on there for y'all. It was really pretty, and I love white salvia. I don't see it very often. Mostly just see purple and pink. Okay, it's a little bit blustery, so hopefully my audio is okay. So I went shopping at Green Acres Nursery, focused on pansies, and I did get some dianthus for a little bit of color. And luckily the last few days we've had some really great rain, which is really nice. But I would like to focus these dianthus over here. These are called Purple Jolt dianthus. I would like to focus them in this container. And I'm really focusing more of the color this direction, less over here. I will put some pansies in some of the containers. So let me bring y'all in a little bit closer. The other day it was like 28. Today it's 72. So for my pansies or any kind of bedding plants, I like to go ahead and go in and lay them out where they need to be. I feel like that makes the process easier when I'm going in. This particular variety is called Matrix Light Blue. And I'm going to focus mainly the blues, this light blue color right here at the entrance. So we get a good amount of color right here. I got some extra rocks to prop some of these up a little bit more. There we go. Turn this direction. Center that up. And then I will fill this container with some pansies as well. And I'll leave this grass because I think it looks good color for the winter. All right, and I'll keep it simple and go ahead and start getting these planted. And then after that, we'll look at the containers. I do want to point out, if you're on a budget, remember you do not have to fill your entire garden with color for the winter. This focus just right on the front where people come in and out will be wonderful this space and a lot less expensive than trying to fill out the whole thing. Also, if you are wanting to make an impact, don't take these little bitty plants like this and spread them out really, really far. They should only be about 6 inches away from each other. And from there, they're closer together and they have more of a color impact that way. Okay, I am going to go ahead and fill this container with these dianthus. So I was just chatting with my mother-in-law. She has her drip irrigation turned off, which is not going to work. These are going to have to be watered. So I let her know. And during the winter, they need to be watered maybe every 7 to 10 days, depending on how much rain we've had. Now these Jolt dianthus will act as a tender perennial in our area. So I think that'll be really nice if they end up coming back in the space because she does love this color. I'll loosen these up a little bit. Whew. So when I was choosing these plants, I was very specific with these dianthus. I chose one that had a lot of blooms, already bloomed. And the other two I chose that have blooms on the way. So then we get that wow pop of color with this one right here. And then as that one fades, these other ones will come along. And then go back and make sure her drip irrigation is reinstalled. Okay, I've got a few more pansies, a couple more flats of pansies, and I was able to get these flats for $15 a piece, which is awesome. So I'm going to fill in this container with some more pansies. Just make sure that I have a little bit of color this direction. And this container had a lot growing in it. So it definitely still has like a lot of roots standing there. For me, it's not worth it to change out the soil right now. I'd rather change it out in the spring. This particular variety is called Matrix Rosewing. Matrix Rosewing. Okay. Do some shifting around with this. See if I can get in here. And I think if I fill a few more of these in with some pansies, I think that'll be a good amount of color. These containers won't be sitting bare during the winter. All right, and this last variety is called Majestic Giants 2 Sea Breeze. That's quite the name. looks really good. So it's just enough color. Remember, we're not trying to spend $1 million here. So we've got some color here, and over time, these junipers will fill out. Got some color over here, down here, which is really pretty, and then the container with the bolder color, and then right over here, filling that in as well. I think it looks good though. Okay, I'm covering my mic because it is ridiculously windy out here. But anyway, glad to have this taken care of. We actually have, Christmas Day is going to be 70 degrees out here for us, which is insane. So we actually have a lot of warm weather still to come. We've had a couple of freezes, one hard freeze, but you can still see things are still pretty here. So I'm glad I got this done. All right, you all, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you're getting ready for a new season of gardening in 2026, check out my Patreon community. The link is in the video description below. It's all things gardening. It's a great group of people. There's a free subscription you can join in under, and there's one paid subscription called Certified Mad Gardener. It gives you access to lives, exclusive videos only available to patrons, as well as group chats and photo sharing. It's a great group. As always, she's a mad gardener or a decorator or anything else that she wants to be. Thanks, y'all.